Hello, Scorpio. This is your monthly reading for April 2021. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you are unsure of your Sun, Moon, Rising signs, I left a link for you in the description box below for the site that I use most often. It's astrocharts.com, but there's many of these sites online. You can just Google them. You just plug in your birth date and your birth time, and it'll let you know all of the planetary aspects that were going on when you were born. For some things, you do need to know your birth time, but you don't need that for everything. It's usually it's very full of like information and a good way to learn about your own personal astrology. We're looking at the month of April, and in April we have the Aries new moon coming up on April 11th, and that's a great time to set your intentions for the coming year, because Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, and then you have like the new energy with the new moon, and a lot of people use the Aries new moon almost like a New Year's to make resolutions, to set intentions for the upcoming 12 months, to work on their manifestation for what they want in their life for the coming year. So it's a really good thing to think about coming up and throughout this reading. And on the way to April 11th, it's great to declutter your life and, declutter your house or your living space, declutter your, mental energy, decluttering emotional energy, any like toxic and negative situations or people around you, anything that you can kind of like cut out and release is very beneficial on the way up to that new moon, because it allows you to make a lot of room for something new and fabulous to come in. So I've already shuffled the cards, and then I just laid them out face down so that we can be surprised. I don't want to shuffle on camera because it's just painful for people to watch, and I don't want to torture you. So we are going to start out looking at your own energy for the month of April, and we have got the Two of Pentacles. So, finding balance in your life. Sometimes the Two of Pentacles comes up when you're really juggling, your responsibilities with work, home life, maybe kids, your relationships, as well as, the more fun aspects with life, your social life, the things that you do to take time out and to enjoy things, that work and life balance, and definitely finding yourself between, between these two things and juggling these two things. And for some of you, you're feeling that one is taking a lot more precedent than the other. And for a lot of you, it's, don't need to be a tarot reader or anything. It's the work life, right? And the responsibilities that are weighing more heavily than, and taking up more time than the more fun things, so definitely that balanced energy coming in, and that needing, for some of you, just the need to regain balance. And by the way, I've been saying the word definitely a million times in all of my readings, and I'm sorry, it's apparently just what wants to come through with these readings today. External energy that is going to be affecting you. We have got the Devil. Oh, the Devil shows up again. All right, so the Devil card, usually the Devil card could be very internal because he's representing your fears and, negative thoughts and negative habits and whatnot. So coming at you externally, you may be dealing with somebody who is trying to literally tempt you with something that's really not going to work out for your highest good, and something that's just not healthy for you. And, it could be physically or mentally healthy for you, but it's definitely something to watch out for. Could also be a situation that's going to be that has the potential to cause a lot of anxiety. So, that's not great news to hear, but it's better to be prepared. And again, it's better the devil that you do know than the devil that you don't. And I can't believe I just did that, but I said it anyway. But I feel for a lot of you, it represents like a person who's kind of like trying to pull you down with their own worries, their own like that anxious part of them that makes them like act out and not act for their best interest. But I feel like this person's trying to like pull you into their drama, and you definitely want to resist that. All right, energy that's challenging you. And as I've said to all the other signs with these readings for April, when I'm talking about a challenge, I am not talking about something that's trying to hurt you and trip you up and get in your way and stop you from anything. I'm talking more about, a positive challenge, something that'll motivate you and light a fire under your butt, much in the way like a personal trainer is going to tell you that you can do like 3 more reps, that you've got this. It's like that kind of challenge, okay? And we have got the Empress. Nice. So the challenge is to take care of yourself and nurture yourself. The Empress is like this really beautiful, abundant, motherly energy. She takes care of herself. She's taking care of other people. But she's absolutely just benevolent energy, and there's a lot of like self-care energy here as well. And like I often say, self-care can most certainly be doing things like face masks or a beard wax, taking a deep bath, getting your hair and nails done. Like those are all wonderful things, and they make you feel very good. Self-care is sometimes making a commitment to cut out maybe like addictions or cut out unhealthy habits. And it's also setting boundaries and being very firm with your boundaries and taking care of yourself in that way, and saying no to things so that you're not finding yourself in like this imbalanced moment where you're overextending yourself when you don't need to be. Okay. And looking at energy that is going to be helping you this month, we have the High Priestess. Nice. So, you're Scorpios. You guys tend to be a lot more spiritually acclimated and a lot more in touch with the darker side of yourself. And, not like the evil, mean, darker side of yourself, although sometimes we need that, right? But that, again, the more spiritual aspect of yourself, the more so-called mysterious parts of you, the shadow side that, you don't always bring out, that you're not always in touch with, and that other people don't see. As Scorpios, you're very intuitive and, very emotional, even if you don't always express that emotion in I wanted to say in the most clear-cut way, but Scorpios tend to be good at expressing clear-cut, but you feel things a lot, but sometimes you tend to hold it in, is what I was trying to say. But the High Priestess as helpful energy, I feel that you're going to find benefit in being in touch with that more spiritual side of yourself, being more in touch with your shadow self, being more in touch with your intuition. That's very natural for you as Scorpios, but sometimes it, due to circumstances in life and, all the bull poo that happens in life, could even be this circumstance. Sometimes you get out of that mode and you need to sort of like reacclimate yourself. And I think you're going to find yourself benefit from a more higher spiritual practice this month, or exploring something, exploring your spiritual side a little more deeply. And with the High Priestess, as I always say, a good reminder to be in touch with that, your intuitive side, and trust your gut as well. Representing your hopes and fears this month, we have, the Tower. Who was it? It was Virgo. Also got the Tower this month. So I'm wondering if some of you have Virgo with you, or if you're a Virgo with a Scorpio aspect, because Virgo also got that for hopes and fears this month. And I believe Virgo also had the Devil, but in a different position for April 2021. So that is very interesting. So the Tower can be a scary card, can be a yucky card. In this position as hopes and fears, it's more like you worrying about that moment coming when, something big is going to change, or, worrying that the rug can be pulled out from underneath of you. And, you know, with the Tower, we're reminded that there's times in our lives when we just no longer fit into a situation, or vice versa, a situation no longer fits into our lives, and it needs to go away. And, you know, there's certain energy that has to be brought down and, you know, swept away in order to make way for something new. It's very similar to what I said, you know, working in towards April 11th, you know, new moon energy. You want to like declutter things in order to bring in, you know, that nice, new, beautiful, fresh energy with that new moon. And, you know, oftentimes that Tower is like, you know, when we're standing upon a foundation that is no longer strong enough to support what we've got going on. So it needs to come down, and we need to be grounded, you know, and it's not comfortable and it's not sexy. And, you know, oftentimes it's startling even, but it's as mean, so, you know, as it is to say, it's something that needs to happen in order to be able to rebuild yourself, and rebuild your life into something that's a lot better for you and a lot better for your family as well. And, you know, being in this hopes and fears position, it's less of this is an event happening right now, but more of something that, you know, you're kind of worried about happening. And the advice there is to, you know, think about why you may need to get grounded, and why you may need to think about, you know, what the reality of your, you know, the current events in your life are, you know, being realistic and being grounded, rather than like, you know, being way up here and not exactly focusing on what's really happening around you, you know, because then that prevents, you know, when you're aware of what's happening and what could come, that can prevent, you know, that rug from being pulled out from underneath of you. Energy that you want to avoid for the month of April, we have the Five of Swords. So, Scorpio, don't fight with people. I feel for a lot of you, and right underneath this Devil card too. Again, if you have people trying to pull you into their drama, trying to pull you into their friend, some drama within your friend group or within your family, people that you want you to fight for them or with them, and you may be tempted to do so, don't. Let's try to avoid that energy. Let's avoid that situation. It can be tempting to you know, make some moves that will, you know, bring you like a temporary victory, but, you know, in the long run, it might not work out very nicely for you, or it might just be bothersome to you in the long run. So, but I'm feeling mostly that it's like a situation that other people are trying to like pull you into, or at least one other person might just be like poking at you, trying to provoke something. And you definitely have the ability to fight. You definitely have the ability to spit fire with some, you know, with your words and whatnot. Like, that's in you, and that can be very useful at times. And you definitely need to use that ability at times. But if that's coming up in April, it's something to just think twice about, right? Don't give in to that. All right, so some final extra advice for you in April. We have the Page of Swords. And with the Page of Swords, you may be looking towards sort of like expanding your knowledge base. For some of you, might be starting a class, or starting some like online learning popped into my head. Obviously, most of us are doing online learning right now, but really expanding your worldview via your educational resources that are available to you. Same time, picking up on, you know, she's looking over her shoulder at, you know, this guy here trying to get away with some crap. And so as you're thinking about, you know, changing some things up with your life, and maybe embracing this this Page of Swords energy, exploring new educational resources and exploring new things, even like career oriented, maybe. Just watch around you and beware of people, and beware of who you share your plans with, and just be aware of the people around you, and make sure that they are people that are trustworthy and who are going to like support you. If you do, like, say for instance, like I said, like start a class or something like that, you may have people that are like, well, you can't do that, you're too this or you're too that, and blah 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 blah, or maybe people who are going for the same opportunity, and maybe like, oh, let's go for this together, and we'll work on it together, but then they utilize your ideas. Like, I feel very neutral about this card as advice. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, hey, go take that class, it's going to work out for you. And on the other hand, I'm like, watch out for the people that are around you. And I feel like it's tied in, like, right here. So, for some of you, that idea of exploration and expansion and, seeing things in a new way, that's going to resonate with you. For others, that need to literally look over your shoulder is going to resonate as well. And then some upcoming energy that'll be coming up throughout April, towards the end of April, just to be aware of. We have the Four of Swords. So a need for some rest, relaxation, a need to take time out for yourself and really focus on taking care of your physical body. For some of you, you may need to take time out to attend to some like medical issues or health related issues. For others, you like literally just need a break, whether it's from like overextension that can be happening from with that. It can also be just more of this Empress energy of, listen, you have to, if you have a chance, you have to just like stop and sit down and let yourself rest and relax and be rejuvenated. And, even take time to like get into like a meditation practice. And that can come with too this High Priestess energy as that helpful energy that's coming at you, where you'll find some help and some benefit from expanding your spiritual practice. And, that can include meditation, but also you're gaining help from allowing your body to just simply rest and allowing your mind to just simply rest, which I am aware is so much easier said than done. But when you have minutes to take a rest, you may be tempted to be like, oh, I'll just, I'll work through it, and, I don't want to be lazy or whatever. Allow yourself to be lazy. Allow yourself to relax, because it's benefiting your physical health as well. And then we have, wow, get grounded. So that is so weird. So Virgo had the Tower card as the hopes and fears, and Virgo also had get grounded as one of their oracle cards. That is weird. I'm very curious to know if any of you have like, Virgo as sun, moon, and rising, and then Scorpio as, one of the others, because that's like a huge message there with the Tower and the Tower telling you to get grounded. And then this one that's literally saying, get grounded. And it says, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. And as I said with Virgo, a lot of times it's very easy to get swept up in a lot of the drama of the world and a lot of the drama that, surrounds our loved ones, whether, you're getting swept up in that drama because it's just so fun to watch sometimes, or you're getting swept up in that drama because you're trying to help. If you have people trying to pull you into it, it can cause like a lot of imbalance for your own life, and it can be overwhelming for you. And so, that advice is to pull away from that and reground yourself and recenter yourself, and, take that time out for yourself, and to let yourself get, more connected again. And, regain clarity and regain focus. And for some of you, that may be, you know, getting back out into nature. You may have lost your connection with nature, or, you know, the weather could have been crappy for so many of you, and we're coming out of winter, and, you know, just about getting back outdoors and getting into the sunshine and getting into the fresh air. If that's something that, you know, helps you gain clarity or helps you, you know, just rest. And, you know, that may be your meditation practice, is getting out in nature and just taking a walk, or just, you know, going somewhere and sitting and just letting everything be around you and listening to the birds and feeling the sunshine and all that, you know, happy nature stuff. And finally, we have just a very definitive no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. You know, I'm not going to expand on that. You know, a lot of you are not listening to this because you're just like, oh, let me hear this lady with this, you know, obviously wonky voice blabbing on because I'm bored. It's, you have a specific thing that you're looking for an answer to. And so there's an answer, there's a no, and that's answering that devil card. That's answering that temptation. That's answering that 5 of Swords. You know, that's answering whatever, you know, whatever is behind that, that shoulder there. And it's that boundary. It's setting up that boundary. Like, no, postpone it for right now. Pause it for right now. And, you know, think again before moving on. All right, Scorpio. So if you have any questions or if you need anything clarified, please let me know. I hope this resonated for y'all. Sending you tons of love. I'm sending you tons of blessings, and I hope that everyone is safe, and I hope everyone is happy and healthy, and I will see you next month. Thank you. Bye-bye.